The sky of Beerus's planet was calm. The gentle wind made the purple field move slightly, and the distant sound of Whis' staff cut through the air with precision. Goku moved at high speed, trying to keep up with every blow, every rotation, and every teleportation of the angel. But no matter how fast it was still not enough. Whis dodged lightly, as if dancing between attacks. The stick glowed, and a simple touch sent Goku flying dozens of meters backwards, skidding along the water. Whis, twirling his staff, said, "You still think too much before acting, Goku. Ultra Instinct does not accept hesitation." Goku wiped the sweat from his forehead. "I know, but it seems like the more I train, the further the limit gets." Whis landed on the ground smoothly without even raising dust. "Limit? Do you still believe that? I already said, a Saiyan should never believe in limits, but there's something else holding you back." Whis tilted his head, watching Goku curiously. "Tell me, what distracts you so much today?" Goku looked away, taking a deep breath. He remained silent for a few seconds, looking at the sky. "You know, Whis, I was remembering the fight against Jiren." Whis raised an eyebrow. "Ah, the warrior from Universe 11. A fascinating opponent, I must say." Goku smirked. "Yeah, at that time I thought I had reached the top. I felt the power of Ultra Instinct for the first time, and it was incredible. But in the end, even with all that power, I couldn't win alone. I needed Frieza, and even Android 17. Whis crossed his arms, listening intently as Goku continued his reflection. "After the Tournament of Power, I thought that if I mastered Ultra Instinct, nothing could stop me. But..." Goku closed his eyes, remembering the most recent battle. "Frieza is back, stronger than ever, and even with full Ultra Instinct, he defeated me." Silence took over the training field. Only the sound of the wind and Whis' staff gently swaying could be heard. Whis asked, "That bothers you, doesn't it?" Goku replied, "Of course it bothers you. I train so hard I surpass myself all the time, and yet someone like Frieza can beat me. I thought Ultra Instinct was the pinnacle, but it seems that it is still not enough." Whis slowly approached. "Goku, you have an incomparable talent, but perhaps your error lies in something simple. You rely too much on transformations." Goku looked up, confused. "Like this?" Whis said. "Tell me, how many transformations do you currently have?" Goku scratched his head thoughtfully. Let's see. There's the Super Saiyan, the Super Saiyan 2, the Super Saiyan 3, the Super Saiyan 4. He smiled, remembering his adventures in the Makai world. The God form, the Super Saiyan Blue, and the Ultra Instinct. Whis smiled slightly. "Wow, really, it's a beautiful collection. But now tell me, Goku, of all these transformations, which one would be able to defeat Frieza in his current state?" Goku hesitated. The silence that followed was the clearest response possible. None. Not even full Ultra Instinct was enough. Whis sighed, a slight smile on his face. "And that's why you still don't understand the true purpose of power, Goku." The Saiyan looked at him, intrigued. "Purpose?" Whis spun his staff and made a translucent image appear in the air. Goku in his different forms, one after the other. The golden Super Saiyan, the blue glow of blue, the silver cloak of Ultra Instinct. Whis spoke. "Each shape represents a stage in your growth. Each transformation is a different way of channeling your ki. But you use them separately, as if each one were an isolated power. But your body and mind have already surpassed these limits. You no longer need to choose a shape. It's time to learn to channel all your transformations into a single essence." Goku's eyes widened. "All in one." Whis smiled slightly. "Yes, the energy of a god, the anger of a Saiyan, the control of blue, the serenity of Ultra Instinct, all coexisting in harmony." Goku crossed his arms, trying to imagine. Is that possible? Whis moved his staff and a wave of energy spread across the ground. "With you, Goku, anything is possible. But it won't be easy. This will require absolute balance." The angel then turned around, walking towards the small lake. "You think Ultra Instinct is the final form, but in fact it's just the beginning. True mastery is in uniting body, mind, and essence. When that happens, your power will exist in its pure state." Goku looked at his hands, remembering all the times he had to scream, raise his ki, and change form. "So, are you saying that I can fight using all the transformations in one form?" Whis just smiled. "Yes, a divine warrior doesn't need so many transformations. He is the power." The angel's words echoed deep in Goku's mind. For an instant he remembered Jiren, a warrior who had no transformations but whose strength was immeasurable. Goku said, Jiren, he didn't have any special form, and yet he pushed me beyond my limits. Whis said, exactly, he understood what you still don't understand. Power is not in changing form, but in becoming complete. Goku excitedly said, so that's it. I have to stop trying to be stronger in each form. I have to be complete as I am. Whis gave a small smile of satisfaction. Now you begin to understand. The angel raised his staff and swung it around. Suddenly, the ground around him lit up with divine symbols. The air vibrated. Let's start a new type of training, Goku. This will be unlike anything you've ever done, Goku said with a determined gleam in his eyes. Hey, you can send it. I'm ready, Whis replied. Ah, we'll see. Now close your eyes. Goku obeyed. As soon as he did, he felt Whis' energy invade the room. It was as if time had stopped. He began to feel each of his transformations within himself. The golden energy, the red energy, the blue energy, the silver energy, all pulsating at the same time, but in a disorganized way. Whis said, focus, don't just pick one. Embrace them all. Goku took a deep breath. Little by little, the energy began to stabilize. His hair glowed different colors, alternating rapidly. Gold, blue, silver, until everything began to merge. But then, a wave of pain hit him. Ah! Goku knelt down, holding his chest. That's a lot of energy, Whis observed calmly. This is what happens when the body tries to force something that the mind doesn't yet understand. You're trying to unite the powers, but you still think of them as something separate. Goku breathed hard but didn't give up. No, I can. He clenched his fists and shouted, channeling all his energy. The ground broke and the sky was on fire. The power expanded and for a moment, a blinding light enveloped the planet. Whis raised an eyebrow, curious. Interesting. When the light dissipated, Goku was standing, surrounded by an intense, vibrant aura. Colors blended around him. Gold, red, blue, and silver, spinning like divine flames in perfect harmony. His hair had completely changed. Each strand glowed a different color, reflecting all the forms he had mastered. The gold of Super Saiyan, the red of God, the blue of Blue, and the silver glow of Ultra Instinct. Whis watched, amazed, as Goku's power caused the air to vibrate and the ground to crack beneath his feet. Goku asked, Did I do it? Feeling the energy pulsate in a stable and pure way, Whis smiled, impressed. Not yet completely, but this is the first step to something much bigger. Goku clenched his fists and the rainbow aura around him expanded like a divine storm. This feeling is unlike anything else. It's as if all my forms were inside, but without fighting each other. Whis replied, exactly. You are beginning to unify your essence. Continue on this path, and maybe, one day you won't need so many transformations to be the strongest warrior in the universe. Goku looked at the horizon, a confident smile appearing on his face. Haha! So I will dominate this, whatever the cost! Frieza is waiting for me, I'm coming! Whis swung his staff, and the wind ceased, returning peace to the planet. I expected nothing less from you, Goku. Now get some rest. Tomorrow we will begin the real training part. Goku sat on the grass, his colorful hair reflecting the glow of the sky on Berus' planet. For an instant he remembered everyone who fought alongside him. Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Frieza, even Jiren. Each of them was part of his journey. Each battle pushed him towards something greater. He closed his eyes, feeling the ki flow naturally, as if each color was a living part of his soul. Perhaps for the first time, he was truly at peace. After weeks of intense training on Berus' planet, silence reigned. The gentle wind blew through the planet's large trees. Goku sat in his base form, gazing distantly at the horizon. There was something heavy in his chest. It wasn't fatigue, it was determination. Whis appeared behind him, with his usual calm smile and his staff glowing blue. Whis, curious, you're very quiet today, Goku. This doesn't suit you. What are you thinking so much about? Goku, crossing his arms, looked up at the sky. I need a rematch against Frieza. Whis raised his eyebrows in surprise, but without losing his calm tone. A rematch? Are you sure you're ready for it? Black Frieza isn't the same opponent he was before. Goku confident. Yes, I am. He's stronger. But so am I. Besides, there's still something I want to prove to myself. Whis slowly twirled his staff, a blue glow expanding around them. Goku leaned forward. Whis, can you find him? I want to settle this today. Whis replied, finding him isn't difficult. But remember, Goku, Frieza is not an enemy you can underestimate. Even with his new power, he remains a dark and unpredictable force. Whis waved his staff, and a reflection showed the distant space. An image of a devastated planet appeared, a place covered in flames, with ruined buildings and an arrogant, smiling figure. Whis said, "There he is! The evil Emperor Frieza ruling another world." Goku clenched his fists. "Then that's where I'm going." Whis opened a portal and cosmic wind blew around. Goku took a deep breath, ki vibrating under his skin. Whis calmly said, "Good luck, Goku. Remember what you learned. Control, not anger." Goku, with a simple smile, said, "I'll leave it to you." He stepped into the portal and disappeared. The portal opened amidst a purple sky covered in dark clouds. Thunder cracked across the horizon, and the ground was covered in smoking craters. Atop a hill, Frieza watched his troops. Sensing the energy surging behind him, Frieza smiled. He turned slowly, his red eyes glowing with malice. Well, what an unpleasant surprise. Son Goku, I thought you'd already learned to stay in your corner after that last beating." Goku, with a firm look, Hey, you talk too much, Frieza. I've come to settle the score." Frieza laughed, a laugh that echoed like metal scraping stone. "Settle the score? With me? Oh please, you never learn. I am perfection. The entire universe bows before me." Goku walking toward him. "The universe will bow to those who protect it, not those who destroy it." Frieza, sarcastically, "What a noble speech! Typical of a foolish Saiyan." "Do you still consider yourself a hero, Goku, after so many humiliating defeats?" Goku smirking, "Only one defeat bothers me, Frieza. Your victory over me. And today, I'm going to change that." Goku's aura began to glow. The ground trembled. In an instant, the silver glow of Ultra Instinct enveloped his body, making the air vibrate. His silver eyes coldly reflected his enemy. Frieza, amused, "Ultra Instinct, huh? How nostalgic. But honestly, do you still think that form can defeat me?" Frieza raised his hand, and a dark energy enveloped his body. The transformation was instantaneous. Black Frieza's dark glow filled the air, distorting the space around him. His power was suffocating. "Allow me to remind you of true terror." The two disappeared in the blink of an eye. The impact of the first punch shattered the ground like glass. Goku dodged the blows with fluid movements, his silver hair swaying as time seemed to slow around him. But Frieza was even faster. His black form surpassed everything Goku remembered. Frieza, laughing as he struck, said, "What is it, Goku? Where's all that confidence? Your body can't keep up with your arrogance." Goku backed away panting and tried to counterattack, but Frieza grabbed him by the leg and slammed him into a nearby mountain. The rock exploded, scattering sparks. Frieza said, "Pitiful! You think you're a god, but you're still the same insect." Goku emerged from the smoke, wiping the corners of his mouth. His eyes were serene, but a different glow was beginning to emerge. Goku shouted, "I'm not done yet!" He closed his eyes for a moment, and then something changed. Goku's energy exploded in all directions, and a column of light streaked across the sky. Whis, on Berus's planet, watched from a distance with his staff and smiled slightly. Whis said, "So he's finally using that form." Goku's body began to glow with a multicolored aura, each hue representing a transformation. The gold of Super Saiyan, the blue of Super Saiyan Blue, the red of God, the silver of Ultra Instinct, all merging into one. His hair took on vibrant hues. Red, blue, green, gold, and silver, forming an arc of pure divine energy. Frieza frowned, then laughed. "Ha ha ha ha! What is this? You look like a clown from an intergalactic carnival." Goku looked up, impassive. The ground began to tremble beneath his feet. As he advanced, the air around him distorted, and the first punch hit Frieza squarely. The impact was so violent that the villain was thrown miles away, crashing through mountains and falling to his knees on the ground. The black form disappeared for a brief moment, and Frieza returned to his normal form, coughing breathlessly. Frieza, in disbelief, What was that? I lost my transformation." Goku appeared before him in the blink of an eye. Goku, his voice calm and firm. "This is the union of everything I've ever been, and everything I'll ever be. No power within me is fighting anymore. Now, everyone fights together!" Frieza roared, unleashing a black blast that shook the ground, resuming his black form with a furious shout. "I will erase you from all existence, Goku." The two clashed again. The shockwaves destroyed everything around them, and space began to fragment into fissures of energy. Goku dodged, attacked, and moved with divine precision. His blows seemed to contain the fury of the Super Saiyan mixed with the serenity of Ultra Instinct. Goku, after landing a devastating kick, "I'm not fighting for revenge. I'm fighting to prove that hope never ends." Frieza, still laughing, "Hope? What a ridiculous word. When I'm done with you, this universe will remember that fear is true power. He launched a giant black energy sphere. Goku raised his hands, concentrating all his multicolored energy. The two forces collided. A spectacle of light and destruction filled the sky. The shock was so intense that the planet began to shatter. Amidst the explosion, Goku's voice echoed, firm and resolute. "This is my true strength!" Goku's energy exploded, swallowing Frieza's attack and slamming the villain into the ground with brutal force. The impact created a colossal crater. Frieza tried to get up, staggering, but his body trembled. Frieza panting, "Damned Saiyan!" Goku looking at him with compassion. "You can still change, Frieza. There's still time to abandon this path." Frieza gritting his teeth, "Never. I was born to rule, and you, to be an insect." Before he could attack, Goku disappeared and reappeared behind him, kicking his enemy. Goku's energy surged and the air around him fell silent. Frieza fell to his knees, his black form completely dissolved. He looked up in surprise. Goku had spared his life. Frieza chuckling softly, "Always the same sentimentality. That will one day bring you a sad end, Goku." Goku turning and looking at the sky. "Perhaps, but until then, I will continue evolving." The Saiyan stepped away, and Whis' portal opened again. Before entering, Goku glanced over his shoulder. "Next time, Frieza, don't expect mercy." On Berus' planet, Whis greeted him with a faint smile. Whis said, "I see you got what you wanted." Goku replied, "Yes, and I even learned something new." Whis said, "Ah, and what would that be?" Goku, smiling, "That true power comes when all the parts of who you are fight for the same reason." Whis looked up at the sky, satisfied. A warrior in harmony with himself. Now that's something divine, and so the rematch is over for now. On Berus' planet, a fierce battle is about to take place. Whis spoke. "Goku, you have progressed greatly since the last time we trained, but I see that you still seek to challenge me in combat." Goku replied, "That's right, Whis. I want to see how far I can go. You are the most powerful opponent I know, but it seems that you always hold back with me. Why don't we fight seriously this time?" Whis laughed softly, his expression as carefree as ever. Whis spoke. "Ah, Goku, it seems that you have forgotten how the rules governing angels work. We must never fight with real intentions or stray from our role as guides. My father, the great priest, would be extremely displeased if I broke those rules." Goku tilted his head in confusion and said, "But you have trained with me many times. What is the difference?" Whis replied, "Training and fighting seriously are very different things. During training, I will only guide your movements and test your skills. But a serious fight, that would require me to go against the laws imposed on angels. The punishment would be severe, Goku." For a moment, Goku was silent, reflecting on Whis' words. But soon a smile spread across his face. Goku said, "So that's it, you're afraid of your father, huh?" Whis raised an eyebrow, surprised by the Saiyan's audacity. Whis replied, "Afraid? I wouldn't say that. But respect is essential, especially when it comes to the Daishinkan. However," Goku immediately noticed the change in Whis' tone of voice. Curiosity shone in his eyes. Goku asked, "However what?" Whis said, "There is a way around these rules, but not without consequences. If I deactivate my Ultra Instinct and temporarily disconnect myself from the divine energy that keeps me as an angel, I could fight you without breaking the imposed rules. However, that's something I've never done before." Goku's eyes widened with excitement. Goku said, "Seriously, does that mean we can fight on equal terms? Let's do it, Whis, please." Whis sighed, looking at Goku like a patient teacher facing an enthusiastic student. Whis said, "You have an infectious energy, Goku. Very well, we will do this. But know that by deactivating my Ultra Instinct, I will lose some of the abilities you know. Do not underestimate my strength, even so." Goku smiled broadly, assuming a combat pose. Goku said, "Come on, Whis, I'm ready!" Whis closed his eyes for a moment, breathing deeply. A celestial aura shone around him but slowly began to disappear. His hair, previously a silver and white tone, slowly acquired a black color. The lightness in his expression changed, giving way to a more serious and determined look. For the first time, Whis seemed truly human. Whis said, "There, Goku, this is my form without Ultra Instinct. Let's see if your determination is as strong as your words." Goku said, "Wow, Whis, your hair has changed color, but I feel like you are still powerful. It seems like nothing has changed, but let's test it in practice." Without hesitation, Goku charged forward at high speed, throwing a punch towards Whis. To his surprise, the deflected angel responded with a firm block and a quick counterattack, forcing Goku to retreat. Goku said, "Wow, you're still amazing even without Ultra Instinct. This is going to be fun," Whis replied. "Of course, Goku. My training as an angel doesn't rely solely on Ultra Instinct. Now show me what you've learned." The battle continued, with quick and precise blows from both sides. Goku alternated between Super Saiyan Blue and Ultra Instinct, trying to test Whis' limits in this new form. Although Whis no longer possessed the supernatural precision of Ultra Instinct, his technique and experience still made him a nearly invincible opponent. Goku said, "You're not rusty in this form at all, huh? But I still have a few tricks up my sleeve." Whis replied, "Great, Goku, I want to see every single one of them." Focusing his energy, Goku unleashed a Kamehameha with all his might. Whis, however, dodged it gracefully, reappearing behind Goku and striking him with a kick that threw him away. Whis said, "Remember, Goku, your strength is impressive, but it's not everything. Strategy is essential." Goku, rising from the impact, wiped the sweat from his forehead and smiled again. Goku said, "You're right, then I'll stop holding back." He concentrated, his aura growing and intensifying. It was clear that Goku was approaching his limit. Whis watched closely, impressed by his student's progress. Whis said, "That's how I like to see it. Show me your true strength, Goku." The fight rose to another level, with both exchanging blows that made the ground tremble and the sky open with the pressure of the energy. Despite the lack of Ultra Instinct, Whis demonstrated impressive skill and resistance. Every move was precise, and his combat reading was still impeccable. Finally, after one last explosive clash, both retreated, panting. Goku fell to his knees, exhausted, while Whis remained standing, although he also showed signs of fatigue. Goku said, "Whis, you are incredible. Even without Ultra Instinct, I could not defeat you." Whis replied, "You have an impressive spirit, Goku. Your determination and your power never stop growing. I am impressed with how much you were able to push me in this fight. But remember, there is always something new to learn." With a smooth movement, Whis reactivated his divine aura. His hair returned to its silver hue, and the usual lightness returned to his expression. Whis said, "Now let's end it here. It was a good test, but I can do something very special for you. I will transfer a fraction of my Ultra Instinct power to you. That way, you will experience a bit of the true essence of this technique, but that is not all." Goku said, "What? You can really do this?" Whis calmly raised his staff, which shone with an intense light and began to glow. Whis said, "By sharing this power with you, I will also be releasing my own restrictions. I will deactivate my Ultra Instinct again. That way we can fight without the limitations of an angel." Goku said, "Amazing! Then I will use your power. This is my chance to win. It's all I wanted." Whis smiled, swinging his staff lightly. A silver sphere formed at the tip, pure condensed Ultra Instinct energy, and it went towards Goku. Whis said, "This process is unique, Goku. Prepare yourself. For the power I am about to bestow upon you is something no mortal has ever experienced." Goku took a deep breath, trying to control his excitement, and took a step forward. The energy sphere flowed from Whis into Goku's body, who was immediately enveloped in a silver aura. He felt his mind and body align in a way he had never felt before. Goku spoke, I can feel it. It's as if my body is moving on its own, as if in perfect harmony with the universe." Whis watched Goku's reaction with a satisfied smile. Whis replied, "That is the essence of true Ultra Instinct. But remember, this is only a fraction of what it can truly achieve. Now, it's time for me to do my part." Whis closed his eyes for a moment, and the silver aura around him gradually began to fade. His hair, once snow white, darkened to a deep black. When he opened his eyes again, they no longer glowed with the divine serenity of Ultra Instinct. He looked deadly. Whis spoke, "There. Now, I'm just a fighter, freed from the constraints of my angel status. Shall we begin?" Goku took his stance, his silver energy pulsing around him like living flames. He grinned widely, his excitement brimming over. Goku spoke, "I never thought I'd get a chance like this. Come on, Whis, I want to see what you can really do." Whis raised his hand, calling Goku to attack. Whis said, "Very well, Goku, show me how much you've evolved. But don't forget, without Ultra Instinct, my approach will be very different. This will be a fight you'll never forget." Goku charged forward with speed, the floor of the room shaking with the impact of his steps. He threw a punch with all his strength, but Whis blocked it easily, his face calm but focused. Goku said, "Even without Ultra Instinct, you're still incredible." Whis replied, "And you haven't seen anything yet." The two began to exchange blows with increasing intensity. Berus's planet began to vibrate with each impact as Goku and Whis tested each other's limits. Whis, now fighting like a mortal, used a more aggressive and direct style, something Goku had never faced before. Goku said, "I can feel the difference. You're fiercer." Whis replied, "Without Ultra Instinct, I rely solely on my natural instinct and technique. But don't underestimate me, Goku. I'm still an angel, even without my godly abilities." Goku stepped back for a moment, adjusting his stance. Goku said, "This fight is going to be incredible. I'm going to give it my all, Whis." Whis said, "That's what I expect from you, Goku. Now go all out." And so, the two continued to exchange blows in a battle like no other. A confrontation where Angel and Saiyan tested their limits on equal terms, without rules, without barriers. The no-holds-barred battle on Berus's planet vibrated intensely as Goku and Whis exchanged fierce blows. Goku's silver aura shone like a beacon, while Whis, now black-haired, looked more deadly than ever but still emanated an intimidating presence. Goku said, "Wow, Whis, you're amazing even without Ultra Instinct. It's like fighting a completely different warrior." Whis replied, "And you're making good use of the power I shared with you, Goku, but you're still not using Ultra Instinct's full potential. It needs to be faster, more fluid." Goku advanced, his movements almost instantaneous, but Whis dodged with impressive simplicity. He counterattacked with a spinning kick that almost hit Goku, but the Saiyan managed to dodge it at the last moment, rolling back. Goku said, "I can feel it. It's like my body wants to react on its own, but my mind is still trying to control everything." Whis spoke, "Exactly! Your mind is your greatest ally, but also your greatest weakness in Ultra Instinct. Free yourself from it. Let your body flow with the universe." Goku took a deep breath, closing his eyes for a brief moment. When he opened them, his eyes shone with determination. He advanced again, this time with more natural, more unpredictable movements. Whis was surprised by the sudden change. He blocked a punch coming from the right, dodged a high kick, and tried to counterattack with an elbow, but Goku anticipated the movement and spun in the air, delivering a kick straight to Whis' chest. Whis spoke, "Impressive. You're starting to understand." Goku said, "There's still more." Without giving Whis time to recover, Goku fired a series of rapid punches, forcing Whis to retreat. But despite the pressure, Whis seemed calm, dodging and blocking with precision. Whis said, "It's getting interesting. But now, it's my turn." Whis dashed forward with a burst of speed, disappearing and reappearing behind Goku. He delivered a sharp blow to the Saiyan's stomach, knocking him away. Goku recovered in the air, landing with difficulty but with a smile. Goku said, "That was amazing, but I'm not done yet." He increased his energy, the silver aura around him intensifying. The ground of Berus's planet cracked beneath his feet as he concentrated the full power of Ultra Instinct. Goku said, "Now I'm going to show you what I'm capable of." Goku advanced once again, but this time his movements were even faster and more unpredictable. Whis was forced to seriously defend himself, his expression now more focused. The two exchanged blows so fast they were almost invisible, each impact echoing like thunder across the immensity of Berus's planet. Finally, Goku saw an opening. He dodged a blow from Whis, turned in the air, and threw a punch straight at the angel's face. The impact was so strong that it made Whis take a few steps back, and a drop of blood ran from his cheek. Goku said, "I did it! I hit you!" Whis touched his cheek where the blood was running, his expression momentarily surprised. But then he smiled satisfied. Whis spoke, "Very well, Goku. You managed to do something few would even dream of, but don't think that means you won." Whis straightened up and wiped away the blood with a finger, his aura beginning to change. Although he still lacked Ultra Instinct, something in his stance indicated that he was about to take the fight to another level. Whis said, "Now, let's see if you can keep up this pace." He disappeared again, appearing next to Goku with a kick that the Saiyan barely managed to block. The force of the blow pushed him back, but Goku managed to balance himself in the air and counterattacked with an energy shot. The attack was quick, but Whis easily dodged it, appearing above Goku and hitting him with a downward blow that knocked him back to the ground. The impact created a deep crater on Berus's planet, but Goku quickly stood up, still smiling. Goku said, "You're going hard now, huh? That's what I like." Whis replied, "After all, isn't that what you asked for? Let's continue." The battle resumed, even more intense than before. Goku was beginning to understand the flow of Ultra Instinct, moving more naturally and confidently. He traded blows with Whis as equals, each testing the other's limits. Whis spoke, "You're really improving, Goku. I'm impressed with how much you've evolved in such a short amount of time." Goku said, "This is just the beginning. I'll keep improving until I surpass you, Whis." Whis replied, "That's the attitude I expect from you. But there's still a long way to go." The two charged forward again, their auras clashing with a force that seemed to bend reality around them. The battle was far from over, and they both knew that the best was yet to come. The air was thick with the scattered energy of the attacks exchanged between Goku and Whis. The two warriors continued to fight with impressive intensity, their blows generating shockwaves that echoed throughout. Goku charged forward again, his body moving with instinctive precision. Whis blocked the punch, but was surprised by a quick kick to the side that made him take a few steps back. Goku spoke, "I'm getting there, Whis. I think I'm finally starting to understand how to use Ultra Instinct." Whis smiled, despite the slight exhaustion that was beginning to appear on his expression. Whis replied, "I admit I'm impressed, Goku. You adapted very quickly to the power I shared, but there's still room for improvement." Before they could continue, a presence appeared. A destructive aura, full of power and authority, made the two stop in their tracks. When they looked up at the sky, they saw Berus, the god of destruction, slowly descending, with his arms crossed and an expression of boredom and irritation mixed together. Berus spoke, "What are you two doing? It looks like you're trying to destroy my planet. Do you know how hard it is to restore this place?" Goku took a step back, his silver aura diminishing as he scratched his head, smiling nervously. Goku said, "Ah, Berus, I was training with Whis, and things got a little intense." Whis spoke, "Intense indeed. Goku is doing very well with the Ultra Instinct power I shared. I decided to fight without the restrictions of an angel to provide a more serious workout." Berus narrowed his eyes, crossing his arms as he looked at Whis. Berus spoke, "Without the restrictions of an angel, huh? And with black hair? Interesting. But that doesn't change the fact that you guys are going overboard, and from what I'm seeing, Goku managed to draw blood from you, Whis." Whis touched his cheek, where the small cut was still visible, and smiled slightly. Whis replied, "Yes, he did. An impressive feat, considering the circumstances." Berus looked at Goku, his gaze appraising. Berus spoke, "That's something I didn't expect to see so soon. Not only are you using Ultra Instinct, Goku, but you were able to hit Whis so significantly. That deserves recognition." Goku blinked, surprised. Goku spoke, "Recognition? What do you mean by that, Berus?" Berus lowered himself completely to the ground, slowly walking towards the two. He stopped between them and pointed at Whis. Berus spoke, "As powerful as Whis is, he let his guard down for a moment, and you took that chance. No matter how brief it was, Goku, you have achieved something no mortal before you has ever achieved. Therefore, I declare you as the victor of this battle." Goku's eyes widened, surprised by the statement. Goku spoke, "Winner! But Whis was still outclassing me for most of the fight. I didn't even come close to defeating him." Berus replied, "That doesn't matter. A god of destruction knows an extraordinary feat when he sees it. Drawing blood from an angel is something few could even dream of doing, even if Whis wasn't in his full form." Whis watched Berus for a moment, his calm smile remaining. Whis spoke, "Well, if Lord Berus has decided, who am I to argue? Congratulations, Goku! You were indeed formidable." Goku rubbed the back of his neck, clearly not knowing how to react. Goku spoke, I don't know what to say. Thank you, Berus. But Whis, this fight showed me how much I still have to improve. Even with Ultra Instinct, I feel like I'm nowhere near my limit." Whis replied, "That's true, Goku, but evolution doesn't happen all at once. You've taken a big step today, but there's still a long way to go. Keep training and perfecting your skills, and one day you might be able to completely master Ultra Instinct." Berus, impatient as ever, yawned and stretched his arms. Berus said, "All right, are we done here? I'm getting hungry. Whis, when we're done, prepare something to eat. And none of these simple dishes. I want something worthy of a god of destruction. And you, Goku, keep training. And next time, I'll be the one to fight you. I want to see if you can do the same to me. But don't expect me to go easy on you like Whis did." Goku smiled, clenching his fists excitedly. Goku said, "Leave it, Berus. Next time, I'll be even stronger." With that, Whis swung his staff, rebuilding everything Whis had destroyed in his battle against Goku. Whis spoke, "Thanks for the fight, Goku. It was an invigorating experience." Goku spoke, "That was amazing, but I still have a lot to learn. If I want to truly face Whis or even Berus, I need to take my training to another level." He closed his eyes, focusing on the feeling of Ultra Instinct still pulsing inside him. I knew that this fight was just the beginning of something much bigger. And so, Goku continued his training, determined to become the strongest warrior in the universe. Guys, that's how we end today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Did you enjoy seeing Whis deactivating his Ultra Instinct to fight Goku? Comment and bye.